On the 18th of September 2023, we were surprised with Update 34, one of the final State of Decay 2 updates, featuring Curveballs. Curveballs are random events that can show up at any time, giving us benefits, drawbacks, and sometimes both at once. They can be really annoying, sometimes can be really helpful, and normally they can be a big time investment. And today we're going to talk about the best of them, the 10 best, why they're the 10 best, in my opinion, and in what order. No surprise by now. So, let's get into it. Starting off with number 10. Number 10, soft skins. Zombies are more vulnerable to melee, deal less damage to cars, and you have a higher crossbow bolt recovery chance. It's good, right, don't get me wrong, who doesn't want weaker zombies? But there's a lot better curveballs out there. All zombies are vulnerable to a headshot, no matter how weak their body is. Crossbow bolt recovery? Sure, I guess. But if you don't have a crossbow, what's the point? They deal less damage to cars, but if you're playing the game right, you're not trying to hit zombies with your car anyway, unless you absolutely have to, or you have some very weird tactics. The main fault of this curveball is that it does things that you shouldn't be doing anyway. It's like using a calculator for 1 + 1. Pointless if you have some basic intelligence. Not the most practical, that's all. Number 9, a broken heart. One play cart on the map becomes really weak. Zombies around the heart are slow, weak, and less contagious, and it doesn't call for backup, or as much backup at the very least. It's good, don't get me wrong. Really simple concept, just take advantage of it. Beat the play cart and life goes on. But that's it, one play cart. It could be miles away. You may have to abandon whatever you're doing at the time to take advantage of it, which can get annoying. Really annoying. You don't really benefit with more influence or resources, which a lot of other curveballs offer, and the play cart may still put up a fight, especially on higher difficulties like Nightmare and Lethal Zone. But it's still an easy play cart, which could just be the turning point in battle that you need. Maybe it's guarding some land you want to claim, a base you want to move into. Who knows? Bottom line is, it can be really useful. Number 8, juiced up. Zombies and freaks may drop alcohol, but they explode with gunk. If you have a pistol with any ammo at all, then this curveball is a goldmine. Really simple. Shoot a purple zombie in the head, they explode. You get alcohol, you sell alcohol. You rich, you happy. With some tactical planning and a few pack meals, you can make hundreds, maybe even thousands off of this curveball alone. But it does rely on a bit of RNG for the zombies to drop alcohol, and you will burn through ammo pretty fast. With a lot of better curveballs out there, this keeps it at number 8. Number 7, just fed. Zombies are now fat. They won't run. Get a load of this guy. They deal less damage and now have a chance to drop things like snacks and energy drinks. There's also a new supply crate of food that will be pointed out on the map. Now I like this curveball. It won't give you a massive pile of influence, well, I guess it could if you made the food into things like beer, but I mainly use this curveball, if I'm lucky enough to get it, to kill play carts in the area. Now the idea of this curveball is to use it to gather the food and leave. But why not take advantage of this town, city, or wherever the curveball is to deal with play carts? They won't be weaker themselves, but their backup certainly will be. The extra snacks and consumables are handy too. It's a nice curveball. Not super OP, but definitely appreciated. Number 6, the bullet benefactor. Our community starts looking for more ammo, with a higher chance of finding ammo and grenades. Zombies may also now drop ammo, and there's a new supply drop on the map containing a selection of guns and ammo. This is a nice curveball, because it's both passive and active. If you do nothing, you'll still reap the rewards, but if you act on it, you can make even more. In my experience, the supply drop of guns normally contains about 3 rifles or submachine guns, and a stack of ammo for each, and this curveball can be a real lifesaver when your community's out of ammo, and without many options to get it. Number 5, up and atom. Getting into the good ones now. We get higher community morale, better efficiency from energy stimulants and first aid, better firearm handling, and reduced fatigue. Quite the list. This is extremely versatile, not in the sense of making you influence or resources, but having better, more durable characters can make us more effective in combat. Defeating play carts, completing missions, clearing and looting territory. With this curveball we can do what we want, do what we normally do. We don't have to drop anything we're currently doing, we don't have to alter our current strategy. This curveball just gives us a little helping hand, without anything in return. Couldn't ask for better, really. Well, I guess we could ask for better, because now we're hit with a better number 4, dulled senses. Zombies in the area are now blind and deaf, and because they're blind and deaf, they make a couple of goofy falls every now and then. Basically, any mission, enclave, play cart within the area is easy street. You'll have no problems with the zombies here. It's your playground. You're the king of the jungle here, so make use of anything you need to do in the area and then get back to it. Go about your business, I guess. The only downside to this curveball is that if there's nothing for you to do in that area, what's the point? Why would I travel 2 towns over just to see a couple of disabled zombies? Number 3, a well-oiled machine. Better food and meds production, better production of in-base crafting items like painkillers, snacks and bombs, and less base noise. Hold on to your hat for this one, because it's good. Really good. The food and meds bonus is pretty transparent. Everybody wants more food and meds, and this allows us to make more of it. And the more we grow, the better. The noise reduction is probably what holds it back in number 3. It's okay, but ever since update 33, noise doesn't really matter all that much. It still increases our risk of a siege, but a siege can only trigger if there's infestations on the map. The less infestations, the less siege sites, the less this becomes important. The best thing about this curveball though, by far, is the fact that crafting items can become discounted. It relies on a bit of RNG for what is discounted at the time, not everything is. But in my experience, I've seen things like pipe bombs, painkillers and coffee offered up at 1/3 of their usual cost. 3 times the amount we could normally make. That gets really OP when we use it for things like the strong painkiller money making method, crafting beer to sell, or even fuel bombs and pipe bombs for combat. It's a great concept, extremely versatile. This has to make the top 3 at the very least, but the lack of use for noise reduction and RNG reliance is what holds it back from going any further. Number 2, news travels. Better buy and sell influence prices, reduced radio costs, and more influence gained from special actions like taking down juggernauts and carrying out quests. Influence, influence, influence. That's what this is. That's what most of us need. That's what we get. Better buy and sell prices can make for some pretty broken investments. Buy some bags of food or meds from your allies, turn it into beer, painkillers, whatever you need to make more money. Maybe you sell parts to them for 2 influence and then buy them back for 1. I'm not even sure if that works, but no doubt somebody in the comments will have a stock market breaker combo for this curveball. Please, let me know if you do. Reduced radio costs, more of the same. Call in supply drops for cheap. Cheap cars, traders to show up at base. Your choice, your strategy. And even if you don't decide to capitalise, let's say you just go out fighting, you'll still make more influence from taking down enemies too. You can't lose with this curveball, which is why it definitely makes the number 2 spot. Maybe even number 1, but we'll get into why I think the number 1 spot is just slightly better right now. Number 1, finer things in life. Higher community morale, more influence gained from selling. Your community starts finding more luxury items and a supply crate of luxury items spawns. The reason why this curveball is better than news travels is because it's more passive. One thing I hate about State of Decay, sometimes, not all the time, is that I have to put what I want to do on hold for something I need to do. Sometimes I just want to go off on my own missions, looting houses or cutting down zombies for the fun of it. And as good as these curveballs can be, they're sometimes very annoying. That's why I think a good curveball is one that is both OP, but you don't have to work for it too much, and that's what this one offers. You can do your own thing. Maybe pick up the supply drop on your way if you can, and your community will do the rest, depositing a luxury item into your supply locker nearly every minute. And they'll be happy to do so. This curveball basically lets your community take care of the hard work, while you reap the rewards. It's fair, balanced, beautiful, and it deserves its place as the number 1 best curveball in State of Decay 2, at least, in my opinion. So there we have it folks, curveballs this week, the positive ones at least, and as always, you let me know. Any curveball I've ranked too high or too low, missed out, you know the deal. Let me know, leave it in the comments below, and with any luck, I'll see you in the next video.